So we've just dropped our friends off at the airport. They've been staying with us for the last 10 days, back off to the UK. So I thought I'd try and do the vlog, or vlog should I say, on the way home. Hopefully the sound will be better than I tried when I tried this before, because at least I've got an external microphone now. Right, today's topic is how do you use your talents every day? Well, I'm not sure I have any talents, to be honest. Certainly any talent I may have had, I don't think I use them every day anymore. I guess I had a talent for racing cars, but I don't do that anymore. And I had a talent for flying. I was a pretty good pilot, but I don't do that anymore either. So I've been struggling to think of any other talents I've got. My friends might say I've got a talent for being a grumpy old man, for ranting. So maybe that's what this video should be about. I should try and have a go at that now. I tend to rant about all sorts of things. I used to rant a lot about the weather when I lived in the UK, because it's always raining there. But I can't rant about the weather anymore now I live here, so it'll have to be something else. One of my favourite rants has always been about corrupt politicians. Perhaps I should change that to just politicians, because all politicians are corrupt everywhere in the world. They're all just a bunch of self-interested, greedy, I won't say the word, but you know what I mean. And that applies particularly to the UK and America, I imagine too. It doesn't matter what party any politician belongs to, they're all the same. They all went to the same schools, they all have the same funny handshakes, they all go to the same clubs, drink in the bar after they've sat in Parliament for an hour or two and acted like schoolboys. So it doesn't matter which party's in, they're all just as corrupt as one another. They all spend half their time fiddling their expenses when they should be doing other things. Quite frankly, it's a joke to call the UK democracy. Is it democracy when you're allowed to choose every 5 years in the UK or 4 years in America between this corrupt bunch or that corrupt bunch, and that's your choice? I don't call that democracy. What a shower the British politicians are. They're allowed to vote for their own pay increases and their own expenses. They get away with murder. They have well, as far as I'm aware, the best pension scheme in the whole of Europe. Once the people have voted in a group of whatever side it might be, lefties, righties, middleies, whatever, once they're in, they don't listen to what the people want, they just do whatever they want. They lie to get in, they make promises they don't keep. Then when they're found out that they've massively fiddled their expenses, one notable one in the UK was someone who claimed a lot of money for cleaning out the moat on his house. What a joke. But nothing happens to them. They don't even lose their seat in Parliament. They don't have to pay the money back. They're not prosecuted for fraud. Nothing happens to them. As you take, I was in the police force for a while. You take a police officer. I know a story of one police officer who was suspended for over a year for fiddling his meal allowance for about £10. He was off work for a year with pay, and in the end he managed to prove that it wasn't a false claim. But if they had proved that it was, for £10, he would have lost his job, he would have lost his pension, and they would have looked at prosecuting him for theft. Does any of that happen when a politician does the same? Absolutely not. Well, instead of looking at my ugly mug while I'm talking, why don't you look at something a bit more interesting? And in the news at the moment, there's all of the hoo-ha about the leaked Panamanian documents. And everybody seems to be so shocked that politicians around the world have been allegedly, potentially, ferreting money away. Well, it's no surprise to me, and it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Some amusing things happening in politics. I watched a documentary about Kenya a year or two ago, where a new party formed called the Anti-Corruption Party, because politics was so corrupt in Kenya, and they got in using that as their platform, and it turns out they're twice as corrupt as any previous government. But what a surprise. There's absolutely no point in getting too upset about it all, because in the end there's nothing you can do to change it. That's the way things have always been, that's the way they'll carry on. I'm not sure how you can do anything about it. Certainly in the UK, while there's party politics, there'll always be this corruption. Well, that's all for today then. We'll see what tomorrow's vlog brings. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks, bye bye. Don't even get me started on Trump.